I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a...
All right, Coach. Coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports brings us to Southern California and Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Tonight, we start Week 11 of the NFL season with a good one here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and our home team. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
That's a good shot.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, it's Stick. Got a man, that's Richie James. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Check back.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Jatavis Brown there on the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Costello. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Counter, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll throw on 2nd down his stick. Got an open man. It's Fumagalli. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Now they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
The Charger drive about to get going. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. 1st and 10, stick. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Come on, fellas.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
I don't think you got it, son. Watch the eye. Check 9, check 9.
Here's Stick on 1st and 10. James has got it. Complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 33.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Stick back to pass. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the counter, here's Gordon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. 1, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got 1 there. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Gator.
They can't hang with us.
Hurry, hurry. Let's go.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 8 on the year. As his guys are on the board first here tonight. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover it, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Here I come. Here I come.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
That's where you belong.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Tillery drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. "51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do...
There goes Melvin Gordon. And he cuts it right into space. Touchdown, LA! Melvin Gordon, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Well, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Kaiser White. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now stick, and he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Hunter Henry. His 4th touchdown on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Badgley on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Charger TD. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. That pick-6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Gordon. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll throw now on the final play. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check 37. Check 37.
They'll run for it. This is Mack. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Hey, switch gear.
Topper!
Check 13. Check 13.
On 2nd down now, it's Mack. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
X3, 218, chop.
A 9-yard gain on the play.
Hey, exit.
And it's 3rd down.
Get it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 49. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Stick looks to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. To throw on second down. Costello, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Down. 50, plant.
57. Drop deep, drop deep.
Hey, high 7.
57's the mic. 57's the mic.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
57. Mike, 57.
From the gun on third down. Costello. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Tillery able to record his 5th sack of the season. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
At the 23-yard line.
We want it.
On first down, it's Gordon. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That good for 19 and a first down.
Let's go, team. Let's go.
61, matchbox lights. Ready.
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
1 man in the backfield. That's Gordon. Second and goal.
Check tight.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Melvin Gordon, his 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Costello. Buying time to his left. Got an open man, it's Washington. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Switch, switch, switch.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Watch that.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there,
Throwing on first down. Costello, complete to Washington. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Washington, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he converts, and it cuts the lead to 35-7.
Makes the score, Chargers 35, Steelers 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here's Stick looking to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll set up a throw, and that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
On the ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Shoot.
from the gun. Costello. That's complete to Marlon Mack. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Costello. Open man here is Gentry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Ready to break.
57's Mike. Watch the curl. Watch the curls.
Back.
Check.
General West. Now.
They'll run on first down. Matt. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. They'll go again here with Matt. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Mike 57. Pick me up. Here we go.
On first down, it's Mack. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, pick your game up.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
True draw Corker.
Hey, watch this.
Five.
On first down, Costello. Washington's got it. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Back to throw. Costello. This will be caught at about the 6. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The passing game in rhythm. Marlon Mack has the ball stripped and picked up by the Chargers. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the home team here, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll get a few extra days to get